Okay, hold on a second. I forgot to like calculate my face for a second. All right, hold on. Just give me like a second. It's like whenever you're really trying to figure out certain things. Whenever you forget, I will forget something. Now I did so. Okay. Hi. Oh, look at you! Oh, look at you! Who's here? Okay, let me calibrate my thing first. Quickly. Can I blink? It is. It is you. Okay. Seems like my calibration seems to be working fine. All right, so hello, Sukla, welcome in. Also, Cairo, welcome in. I'll throw run away in a second to grab some bean juice, be right back. Oh, okay. Okay. Uh. Hmm. I have to tilt my thing a little bit. Okay. Give me like a... Okay, how to calibrate this thing again. Okay. I have returned. That was really quick. That was really quick. You might have like low latency off, I believe in, Lou. You probably have low latency off, I think. Yes, you do. My kitchen is right next to me. You have a computer on... You have a computer right in your kitchen? All right. Okay, so... Hi. Yes, hi, Cairo. So... all right. So you just got here just to do the thing same to me right this today, okay? Hi, you. Yes, me. My PC is in my living room, which is right next to my kitchen. Oh, that's interesting. Also, did you use bits on me or something? You still haven't read it. I will read it. Give me like a second. Yes, sir. Oh, bits. My first time bits. All right. If the cat sits on the planet and on a even I'm like not awake. Hold on, let me. Okay, Cairo, I got energy drink right here. Okay. Because I need to use that for all that. If the cat sits on the planet and on the planet sits a cat, where the cat sits on the planet and the planet has a cat sitting on it, while the cat sits on the planet, how many cats sit on the planet? Okay, so let's see. 1 on the planet sits a cat. Okay, because it's twice, so it is just 1. Where the cat sits on the planet, the planet has a cat sitting on it. While the cat sits on the planet, how many cats sit on the planet? Let me tell you. It could be very easy because you basically telling me like, okay, it is 1, but then you have a little other point over there, so it will be 2 cats actually. See, easy. So you're thinking it's not that easy. It's 2. Balls. Balls. Okay. I see. I see. I see. Oh yeah, I did a bit. Jeez, do math better. Hey, you know, the math is easy, okay? But here's the thing, where you can think about it. There's 2 cats in here. You can see this, so you can push 2 planets with the 2 cats, okay? But yeah, anyway. While Kairu is gonna obviously do these things to me, we are going to play Stanley Parable Game, which is a game that I think I have been playing like just slightly, but not as fully as it is. So if there are no planets but cat on planet, how many planets are on the cat? There's absolutely none on myself if you really think about it, Lib. Bruh, Lamau, I do know where when I'm gonna get to editing clips from last night, but soon the whole world will see the torture you made me ensue last night. like not gonna lie, it was fun. It was really fun to see this thing to happen. Boss, because Kyra's here, so there's basically 70 plans on the. What do you mean plans? Plans. Okay, I'm thinking that 17 Kairu is gonna be a real thing from meme now. I think for Kairu's itself, I believe in. It's just 17 Kairu's and 17 plans. My brain was breaking so bad about it. I was so exhausted after last night. You sucked the life force out of me. Like, just imagine that. It's basically just like... that was just interesting to try out. I usually don't do these silly, like, conversations to give it, like, you know, like, oh, you're basically just like struggling all the things out of me whenever I'm trying to play a game, and then you're like specifically telling like, oh, well, all the energy's gone. It was just pure nonsense. It was basically nonsense. The thing what I did, okay, like, let me straightforward to tell you, because I can't talk to you or anything like that specifically. So let me tell you, Zuni, I'm having a rough day. It'll be lurking mostly, but wanted to let you know that I'm here. Thank you, Lumu. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. But I understand you, Lumu. I'm sorry that you're having a rough day, but hey, please do relax. That's what you really should do. Okay, so Kyra. So the thing what I basically was doing, 99% on the stream what was on you. Thank you for the drink water. Thank you, Luna. I just recharged my water. What do you mean it was on me? Okay. All right, so 99% of the time, what I was talking in chat was completely nonsense. All right, everything what I was basically saying as a normal conversation was like, you know, all that was just like, okay, I say hi and how your game going and stuff like that. You know, all that is a very normal conversation. But whenever I touch that TTS, then all of them go south. because it's supposed to be just, you know, making you like a little bit more focused on chat. Okay, you're rude. No, I'm not rude. I'm actually really nice to keep the chat okay. Again, Liv bring me to you, so you bring me in there. You introduced Kairu. What blaming on you? What you mean, Lamau? I pride myself on how much I focus on my chat. Okay, yes, that's what I was literally thinking. Like, okay, you do your chats. That's a nice thing. That's a really nice thing. Okay, but the thing is that whenever you release a cat to your chats, you know that it's gonna get really entertaining to bring up, you know, a cat to meow every single thing in chat. It's just the interesting part, like, you know, everything is just nonsense, and then whatever you end the stream, it's like, thanks for the stream. Have a good time. I just had, you know, it was a great day, actually. I had a good time in there. It was really fun. It was really fun to watch, you know. It was really fun to watch the thing and so on. What Mile is our resident stream cat, and he's tame. But was Milo the one who got timeout instead of I got timeouted? I'm glad you had fun watching me crash out cells. You know that I'm a good husband for my own self whenever my wife is bringing. I know it's not your fault. Yes. Ugh. But you know what, I'm gonna crash out even more? This game is very confusing. So that's what I'm actually gonna tell you. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it again, because again, it's for the clips. Was like it's literally all about clip farming, I guess. Oh boy. Hello. Hello, Haiti. Hello, Raiders. Hello, welcome in. We haven't really finished the thing yet, but we were talking about, because there is a little bit, you know, conversation over here. I have this game, but I've never played it. Well, you're welcome, Kyrie, to then watch it. Well, hello, Raiders. Hello, Haiti. I really appreciate the raid. I will still do introduction, because why not? It's always a thing to go for. Just give me a moment. So, my name is Zuni, and what? You're just like smiling. Okay, so my name is Zuni. I'm a purple VTuber, purple cat VTuber from space, and I am a cat, as you can see that. I do play cozy games, cute games, and random games. Like today, I'm gonna play Stanley Parable game, which I haven't opened it yet because, you know, chat is just very active right now. But yeah, I'm a FinTuber, as you can see that. And oh wait, shout out, girl! You should do the shout out. It's all about on your side now. You do the shout out. It's going to get a shout out. Hold on. There we go. You're welcome, Haiti. But welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah. Haiti, happy raid. Happy raid. Happy raid. Let's go. Oh, you're just about to start. Even better. Yes. Even better. Yes. We were talking how Zuniku harassed me last night. All right, so TLDR. Specifically yesterday, whenever I was ending my stream, I was raiding Kairu on the time being, and Kyra was playing a game, and I was basically like, you know, specifically just being in chat. And then, you know, I was like being normal, like, hey, how's your day going and stuff like that. And got like, you know, like a little bit time and so on and stuff like that. So, you know, we started playing Caramon today on stream, and I'm already loving it so much. I do have Caramon, I think, in Steam as well, but I haven't really touched that at leaving. I actually need to really look at that one, but that's interesting. That's interesting. It's Pokemon related, I'm believing, but it's just like different like features, I think. But that's what I was thinking. Like I wanted to ask what was the game you're playing, but I think I was seeing it on your schedule as well, Haiti as well. But welcome in. I really appreciate it. He makes himself sound so innocent. What are you talking about? Pokemon like creature collection game. I really love it so far. Drink water. Drink water. I'm gonna be... He's a terror chat, don't let me fool you. What are you talking about? Okay, so let me just straightforward say this before I'm gonna open the game. So Kairu, I was in Kairu's chat, and you know, it was a normal thing going on, playing the game and stuff like that. Then I will release my ads like to the chat and call it a day. Like, hey, let's just make it a little bit more fun. All right, just let's make it completely like, you know, Zuni's day, just to bring up the chat a little hype to it. And then I will make anything what I did was 99% nonsense on the chat. He broke Kairu. Yes. The only thing what I was thinking, it's made for just being funny and silly, and that's what the thing was all about, not just like. So yeah, by fun he means tormentally painful. Basically making all the brain cells to go like poof, because I was trying to make her think about math. And I was trying to say like, how many plants do you see on the actual screen right now? There is more plants on the thing. So if it has one plant, it has two little leaves on it. So if you're thinking about 2 leaves, it's not 2 leaves, it's 4. But it was nonsensical math. It was nonsensical. Like it's nonsense. That's the purpose of that thing. I wasn't joking when I said it's gonna take 5 business days for me to recover. Oh no. But hey, at least I had fun. It was just interesting to see. Like, I mean, sometimes I do this. I want to get, you know, I want to usually do this, like sometimes, not always, but sometimes whenever it wants to get that attention, it's the amazing feel to it, you know, just to bring up, like, you know, get confused and be like, what is this all about? And then you're thinking about like, I just do this for clips. You know that I'm gonna do that for clips, why not? So you know that there's gonna be plenty of clips going through that whole, you know, that thing. Meow. Ostit sinulle jotakin, jonka lähetän Luisa? Hei, okei. Okei. Suklaa. Onko postimerkkiä menee alle 3 senttimetrin kirjeeseen? Riittääköhän 2? Mitä luulet? Vai pitääkö varata enemmän Vastatko tähän? Ja olisit vastannut siihen Facebookiin. Hey, chat feed. Okay. Oh my god, now the people know where I am on. Mä puhun sulle lisää, mä puhun lisää sinulle sitten, kun striimi loppuu, okei? Okay? Ei nyt aika puhua sitä postimerkeistä. Puhun sulle lisää ihan tässä jossain kohtaa. Ota rauhallisesti. Lumuli. Finnish jump scare? Yeah, you will hear me saying Finnish. You definitely will see that whenever someone's speaking Finnish in chat, then you definitely will hear Finnish. Alright, so what we're gonna do today is gonna play Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I did play a little bit on it. I do know some of them, but not all of them. So yeah. So we have been talking like past 20 minutes. Okay, now we're gonna go into this thing. But yeah, I mean, whenever you release a cat, to think about it, like, hey, you want, release a cat to the to someone's chat, you know that you should never bring a cat into the chat. But hey, it was fun. It was cool. It was interesting. It was nonsense. Finland, Swami. I could do the Finnish flag too. I can do it too. Yay. Yay, Haiti. I've been traumatized. Liv can literally see you, Kairu. We know that. Okay, okay, Finnish flags, yippee! Somebody finish. Swami! Ah! I'm sorry. Eli jos nyt tälleen sukkelasti syötän tänne suomen kielellä tämmöisen viestin tynkärän, vastaatko siihen suomeksi? Luuletko, että vastaatko suomeksi? Totta kai mä vastaan sen suomeksi. Oh my god, I love that you have a Finnish flag emote too. I do. I wasn't able to put it in a sub emote or something like that, so I put it into a bits redeem only. So you can always have it, Yay, Lamau. Sorry, Kairu. But it was interesting stream to bring you some joy into chat for releasing a cat in there, Torille saakeli. Yes. Todellakin. Me and Kairu are the only ones who are here who can even speak Finnish. Huh, right. This feels so wrong. It doesn't. It speaks like okay, very like a good English, but then you're realizing like, oh, it's Finnish. What? How? Hey, Finnish sounds so cool. I never actually heard someone speak it before. Yes. Now you know, Kairu. You're welcome if you want to hear some. Jos sä todellakin haluat tietää, mitä suomen kieli kuulostaa, täältä se kuulostaa. Anyway. Lamau, right, it's okay. We'll sit in the corner admiring all. Unless you're basically releasing all of that nonsense on my chat, you know that. I only know some words and phrases, but not sentences. The only first thing what my wife knows, it's only the first curse word, and that's the thing what many Finnish people usually say, mostly as accidentally. But that's the thing what she knows the first, and that's not surprising, right? It's not that surprising. I'd love to know a second language, but I get tongue-tied with my own language. Like verbal dyslexia. Huh. That's actually interesting because, it gets to the point. Like, usually it's like most people say, okay, let me open the game right now. So sometimes it's like very confusing to like, okay, I'm speaking in English and then I need to switch to Finnish. So the accents usually can get a little tilted out for me. But mostly it's like I speak English ja sitten mä puhun suomea and then I go back to English ja sitten mä puhun suomea. It's like it basically sounds like very confusing for the accent to bring in. It's like, what? You still know how to speak that? Exactly. So yeah, it's very, very confusing. minkä hankin harjoittaa Olivian suomen kieltä. Yeah, Lib. It says, okay, so it says, I don't know how to even translate that. Oh, shoot. Like, it's giving you probably something to train or practice.
Practice for finish.
Yes, exactly. How you knew that? You translated it?
I saw Olivia Swalman.
Suomen kieltä. Hey, okay, come here, speak Finnish in my microphone, and yeah, just say some words, okay? I want to say the accent, okay?
Let's say the bad word.
No, you can't say the bad word on my stream. We are PG-13, but we're 18 plus anyway. No, you're not gonna say the bad word. No.
No.
No, you're not gonna say that. Say the normal things, but you no. Okay.
Mina, Olen, Olivia.
And no.
Ketos, Serafina. Ketos.
Okay, hello, Raiders. Hello. Welcome in. Sorry, I was bringing my wife to say finish real quick. Hello, Serafina, if it's in the Finnish term. Welcome in and welcome to the Raiders. Yeah. Hello. So let me introduce myself. I haven't even started the game and I'll be talking like over 30 minutes almost. Thank you, Serafina, for the follow. Yeah. So I am Zuni and I am a purple cat VTuber from space. And I am a fellow FinTuber. And I play cozy games, cute games, and random games like this one, what I'm playing right now, which is called the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe game. And I'm a cat. That's all you can tell. All right, so her brain is loading right now. I like, yeah, exactly. That's how it feels like. Tervetuloa. Yeah, tervetuloa. All right. Yes. Yeah. Hiano. Oh, space. Yes, space. Yes. You really wanted my wife to swear. You really wanted to got that point. And his wife is amazing. All hail to Sunny's wife. Yes. But welcome in. Yeah. Welcome in. But yes, I happy training my wife to speak Finnish, but why not? But welcome in. Choose a screen. There's no Finnish, so we're gonna go for English then. Have you played? I did play this game a little bit. I will say yes, but again, I know what else you can say that. But I could say no. But the thing is, the volume is so high, so I need to really kind of do that. But I can't do that whenever this thing is asking. So let me just say yes. Just a slider until the computer is barely visible. And it's always barely visible right now. I will be shocked to see Finnish as an option. It's always an option. If you speak Finnish in chats, I will respond to it as Finnish. But there is a force me to speak Finnish only in Finnish. Even if someone's talking in English, then I guess so. There's a redeem for it. You know that there's a redeem for it. Okay, please don't blast my ear. Current time. It wants me really to do current time. It's 15:09. It's okay, PM. Do I really need to wait for a minute? Okay, let me just pick it up into yeah, it's very close enough actually. All right. Don't blast my ears.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah, it's all about the story of a Stanley. So, okay, so Zuni, how do you feel about coffee? Coffee? I don't drink coffee. I will tell you that. I can straight tell you that. I wish to drink coffee, but the coffee made me to drink energy drinks, and that's what I'm really used to it. No, I mean to see finish as option as in a game option. Oh, right. Yeah, I wish that too. Blue is desperate with the coffee. Ah, I see. Another decaffeinated finish me too. Huh? Decaffeinated. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Blue. You're the sixth one. Oh, no. I'm the sixth one? Alright, okay, so how loud is this right now?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Alright. I guess this is fine, I think. Music can be like 75. Maybe 70. I blame Sarah. What have I done? I don't know. Okay, VSync. I think it's fine with VSync and everything else. Okay. Anyway, I think it starts completely over. Anyways, I think it's the save things are not going to be saved either way. I think it's cause of her. I recommend all the decaffeinated FinTubers. Okay, I don't drink always energy drink. That's false. Trust me, source. I'm glad Hipsu and Hashi are caffeinated. I don't drink like I don't know. I was trying to drink coffee like twice, but I just don't get it. I don't know. It's just I would like it, but it's just like I don't know. I can't. I'm trying my best to force me to drink coffee, even if I'm a Finnish. Anyway.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Hello,
Orders came
Stanley.
to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did.
Is the
every
volume
day,
good for y'all?
every month of every
Can y'all hear it right?
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Yep. Thanks for verifying it. I want to make sure that y'all
And
are
then
gonna hear
one
it.
day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him.
Oh, did you
follow.
forgot to
No
shout
one had
out
showed up
to
to
the
give him
raid?
instructions, call a meeting, or even say
The
hi. Never
person
in
was
all
called
his years at the
Serafina, or
company
that
had
one
this
person, the red
happened.
thing, I think.
This complete isolation. Something was very
I forgot to do the
clearly
shout out.
wrong.
Hold on. My
Shocked,
wife is gonna do it.
frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the
There we go.
longest time.
You're welcome.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Make cat drink water. Woohoo. Water. Yeah, my mouse DPI is like so high right now. Whoa. I'm like barely moving my mouse. Hydration important. Yeah, I have to like, there we go. Now the mouse is good. It's very important. It's very always important indeed. Okay, let me put the like 80 for now. Just for now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Right. Clicking every single buttons as possible. Hello, Yoo-ho. Welcome in. You might be in here before, but either way, I still say hi because that's on my eyes, though.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On his left. Should I listen what the narrator says, or should I not listen what the narrator says? That's the question what I always want to ask. Should I do it, or should I not listen to what it's saying? Yeah, I rated with Haiti. Ah, nice, nice. That's really great. So, will I listen what he said to go to the left, or should I go to the right, completely making it that I don't understand what he's saying? Never listen to what other tells you. Be a naughty. Okay, I will do the way how I do them. I will go to the right one because
This was
my
not
brain
the
is
correct
not
way
good.
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm gonna go take care of stuff before bed. Everybody have a lovely time in here and have fun. You have fun too. Thank you, Serafina, to be here. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself too. You will always need to take care of yourself.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Well, absolutely.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, for a laugh. I'm not gonna listen to you.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Well, who? Who exactly? Oh, it's...
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
How about
As
if I
Stanley
don't?
picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
That's what
No,
cats
that
do.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible?
I don't know.
None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the math thing we were talking about like a million times.
In all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
Yes, I do.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that...
Okay, so ignore Zunika when presenting me with a nonsensical math. Got it.
This room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
To the door. Okay. Mm-hmm.
know your choices are meaningful,
Oh.
we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Wow, okay. But wait, can I? Oh, smart. Okay. Wait, can I? No, I can't. Okay. Never mind. Am I doing the right way? Or is it...
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Wow.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Um... Sure.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Dispute with a coworker. It's like mostly like you most of all. Charge the slides. Fair enough. Rated with shards on the same slide. You pick the same information. Increasing grabs and slide. Please note which it's just all but sliders. Slides. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I need to get ready to bed now. I wish you a wonderful rest of your stream, Zuni. Take care and good night. Thank you, Heidi. Well, Heidi.
Stanley spoke the code.
Shush. But thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a good night too. I really, really appreciate it for the raid as well. Thank you.
Code Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver right there on the wall.
Well, Thanks for the water,
I'm
and
sorry,
thanks.
is there a problem?
Yeah.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
No.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I know. So, thanks for the water, and thank you for the stretchies. Mm. Ooh. All right. There we go. Also, remember to stay hydrated and stretch. Now I go see you later on the wide world of the internet. Yes, I will. No worry. We'll see you around, Haiti. Thanks for being here still. I really appreciate it. And I will stay hydrated and stretch. As long as other people will take care of me just to do so. Well, we'll take care. Thank you. But hopefully you have a good night. Yeah. Speak to the thing.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect.
I'm hopping off to bed too. Have a great stream and see you again. Good night. You too, Ada. Because y'all both need to go sleep as well, for sure. That's what you really should do anyway, because it's very late. But hopefully your stream was doing good too. I really thinking that it went well. But yeah. Thanks for being here, Ada and Haiti. Thank you very much to be here.
The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Gotcha.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, I did listen to you going to the left. What are you expecting me to do?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
What?
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I went to the left. What are you expecting me to think? I went to the left, and I went to the room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief...
Oh, now you're really pushing me off.
Exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
I did.
All
I
right.
did.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, I'm gonna go to the right because you're really annoying me.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay. Let's just not think about the door. Hello, Andrew. Welcome in. Yeah, how's your day going? Gonna just go again. Okay. Also, the advertisement is showing up in next 90 seconds, soonly. So bear with us. And whenever that happens to be a thing, then I will always make sure to pause and wait for y'all to get the real experience to be right. Day went well, and now it's nighttime.
Oh, it's ruined.
So, yeah. But you can go to sleep if you wish to, Andrew, if you need to. But you can be here if you want to. It's all really up to you. I really appreciate it if you are or not. Who knows?
Can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work.
I did
Why?
not.
For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
It's just the way, the way how it is. No, it's my dad's birthday, and we are going out to celebrate now. Ah, that's nice.
What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Well then.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
And the
My
advertisement is
entire
gonna
game
start
is
soon.
destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's...
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Interesting. Interesting, 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 interesting. It's like all about the advertisement. It just takes your time to really think about it. Even if I'm talking to myself, maybe someone can hear me whenever it does so. Well, yeah, you can hear me clearly, Liv, you know. Always talking to other people as well, thinking about like, I don't know, maybe they don't have a 2-minute ad break. They probably have like 30 seconds, or who knows what's gonna happen. Maybe it could be maybe a minute or a 90 seconds or the perfect 2 minutes. But again, it's very a question mark. So even if you hear me, then yay, interesting, very interesting. Yeah, yeah. There we go. Welcome back for the ads. Now we're back.
The world outside of you, you're a child. Oh, my story.
It's
If
like
you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it.
Well, I wasn't
tried
able
so
to.
hard to make...
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
No, absolutely not.
Everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
Well, I was choosing, but
Do
you didn't let
something.
me.
Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
If you'll let me go to the left door, then I could be done that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Input received. Beep. All right.
When
Game.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Can you now let me go through the game?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'll go downstairs instead.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my
Maybe.
co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining
Oh,
so
it just like
lucid?
loops itself.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Unless you release a cat to a chat.
Okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well then.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, seems like you.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
New
Nor
content.
did it advance the story in any way. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. It seems like a new content, apparently.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Are you delighted? Delighted? Do you know anything about delighted? Do you know anything about delighted? Am I feeling good? Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yippee!
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go.
You look like a living plushie to me. Do I look like a living plushie apparently? I look like an actual, actual character.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I'm delighted to see you. Ah, nice night.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Content.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
Because normally I can't even jump on this game. I just meant that you very cute and cuddly looking, very squishable. Ah. Yes. People can cuddle if they want to. They can hug if they want to. New content. We can jump at least.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I think so. Maybe.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Well,
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
all right.
What do you say, friend?
Sure. Well, definitely has been changing.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who
Well-
cares? Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
It like literally changed his mind, and then it's like, okay. What's in here?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Don't play for 5 years. That's literally an actual achievement, apparently.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an...
The what? Yeah, we'll do that as well, yeah.
hour of new elevator content. Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Huh.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Well then.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It's just...
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal
It's just
and yet
talking like-
timeless thought?
talking
or
a
rather,
lot.
do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof! Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turn... But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a... The end is never the end, 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 is never...
What then? All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
All right. Wonder what this is all about. Ugh.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features. For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Jim.
Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Not Jim.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Jim.
I'm putting the Jim button away.
Jim.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to
Jim.
lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Okay. Took my button away.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
One of them.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Well, features whenever it never works. Specifically.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet? Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on. A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Having a bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already. Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunningly...
Okay, I'm gonna go bathroom real quick, and I'm gonna be right back for like a minute. So, give me a little moment. Oop. Okay, we are back.
forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Well,
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I'm not.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I heard literally Windows disabling something. Is it my VR? Oh, yeah, it's the VR. Probably something on the thing is like trying itself to do something. Don't know why. Let go back.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I
It's not the
suspect that I'm
infinite.
starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here?
I am
Stanley,
addicted to
I have
holes.
no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length.
I'm basically very like
Try something.
certainly
Let's
just trying to
back
see
up
what
the
the
top,
hole is all
and we'll
about.
see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is
This hole
you're here to
specifically is
do.
my
Hit the
favorite. You will
teleport
understand.
button
Be
when you're ready
persistent.
to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Oh, wow. Hey, at least now I can play the game as I wanted to do it. Just imagine, like, specifically a narrator would be like, okay. Huh. I mean, to be honest, don't know why I couldn't just make it infinite, but like, wow.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine.
It's so stupid.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger. Now you're no longer.
I'm like so confused.
Space of mine. My head's stronger.
It's just the music, it's just like funny.
You're no longer using up the space of mine.
My favorite hole is the baby.
Stronger. You're no longer.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh.
Here we are.
Have you
Go on,
narrated
try
purple?
out some of the new features.
I don't know if there's any other features.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Hit the stand button. The gym. Okay. How attached are you to this bucket? I just recently got it. Just got it. Office decorations. Yeah, I did every single one of them. You'll fall in love with the bucket. You'll see it like a thing as a bucket. Because that's all of them, I guess. And also the ad is gonna start up really soon. So bear with me.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
Yeah.
to move on now?
Yeah, because I don't see any other features. Oh, hello, hello. Bear with me with the ad for a second. You came in right in time whenever the ad's gonna happen, so bear with us. I'm not gonna do anything surprising whenever the ad's gonna happen, so really bear with me. Well, hello. Welcome in. Yeah.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent...
Frames are dropping. Internet connection is not stable. Huh. Apparently frames are dropping. The connection is not stable. Oh. It's like yellow. Yeah, it's not stable. Hmm? Is it happening for you? Is your ping high? Yeah, it's still low right now. $10,000 kilobits per second speeds. Um. Hey, welcome back from the ads. The internet is still having a little crazy right now. I don't know what's up, what is happening, but it's still very unstable. But yeah, I'm actually liking the game so far. It's just basically like I have been playing it for a little bit during the time being, so it's interesting. But yeah, the connection, I don't know what's up. It's still very unstable. It's still dropping frames like crazy. I'm gonna disconnect my internet and just reconnect it. I guess the internet is gonna have issues. Hold on. Hang tight. I will try to fix this thing real quick. Also, thanks for the follow, Shumeen. Thank you very much for that. Welcome in. Yeah. Okay, let me disconnect my internet real quick, and I'm gonna be right back in like 10 seconds or so. So hold on tight. Okay. 20,000 kilobits per second speed. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. It's now stable? Oh. Oh, it's stable. Look at that. All right, so it's now good. Looks like it's good. I think. Yeah. I think it looks good. I don't know. You might broke it, but hey, now it's working. I guess the thing was like not doing good connectivity. I think it works. I guess. Yeah, yours is a little bit delayed. You just need to refresh the page.
Video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh, come on.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything.
I absolutely adore narrator. I love his English, of course, original, and Russian voice, my favorites. It's just the narrator is kind of like silly at the point of the video for this game. It's just interesting to see like specifically the term of the narrator can do.
Create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first.
It's really
game.
interesting.
I wanted fans
as
to love
is.
it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, wow. Okay. He can't be sassy too and angsty. He's me for real, True. It's actually really interesting when I think about it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Yes, the
room.
endless
Perhaps
corridor.
he had simply missed a memo. No
Yeah.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Oh yeah, the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
That's the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Have you been in the window? What window? Like at the start or something? Was there like a... Was there like a window that you can literally go into? I don't remember how, but you can go in the window, the white void. Wait, what? At the start office.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Wait, what?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I guess we can't really go back to the office, I guess. Let me go to the right again.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
He really
Stanley
wants you to
had
pick
felt
up the bucket.
calling to him, telling him that the employee...
How about if I don't take the bucket? Oh.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Okay. In the window. I don't think you can go through this window. If there's nothing like platform. Specific things in here. I can Google it if you want to absolutely go into it. I think you need something to happen to go in. I think so. I don't think I have been really getting it yet. Because I think there must be like something to climb in if necessary. Because I don't see anything to climb in. But yeah, sure, you can do that. I will Google, be right back. Feel free to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I went to the left door.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Exit Stanley's office, approach the chair at employee 434's desk and walk up it. Crouch on top of the desk and walk through the window. So, technically speaking, it's like you just need to go like certain, like you had to like maybe hit the begin the game again, and then it will constantly keep changing something that there's going to be something to go there, I'm believing. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind whenever I go back to that thing. I'm gonna check what this is.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, it's the chair angle. You walk, I think. Ah, I'll check it out whenever.
This mind control facility, it was
Whenever
too
now?
horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Facility power. I love his voice in facility power. Huh. You will understand if you hear it.
blackness
Drink water.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
You need to turn the machine on, though.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Oh
Where
no.
had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight
I guess I
streamed
win the
into
game whenever I
chamber,
press
he
off.
realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
One of the 60 plus
feeling of
endings, I
liberation,
believe.
the
There's not
immense
that many
possibility of
endings?
The new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So based off of your thing, what you say, I need to exit the thing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh,
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
oh, oh no, stream element, no. Okay. It might be because the language. The Stanley Parable has well, it might be the language because I need to really double check why the moderator of the stream elements did that, but it might be because the language. So 434's desk. Oh. It's fine. You can still read it. Yeah, I can read it, so don't worry. Nothing bad is happening to you because, you know, it's just because they were deleting it. It might be the language.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Well,
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Am I really sick of this gag?
Ah,
No.
then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it
I love when Hayes is
superficially to
picking
fit
in.
that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then
This ending
perhaps
name
you're
is
not.
literally out of the
In
map
fact,
ending.
I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Oh, it wants me to be like what? So it wants me to really just restart and just come back here. Have I been at the angst ending, the button ending? I was in the phone room for the thing, and I unplugged it, and it got pissed off a little bit and bring me back to the very at the start, and the whole game broke. But probably not. I don't know which ones, which endings are which one. I think I need to do this and then come back here.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way
You
home
haven't
from work
been at the
today.
deluxe.
We need milk,
No.
cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Okay, so we're just gonna go back here.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do
You
you
need to
think?
get
You
all the
see this
endings to
gag
go
yet?
to deluxe.
Well,
Yes.
I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
So is it gonna say anything now? I think it's basically just looping now. Oh?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A dog mode? Oh, it's supposed to make everything dog?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, He entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the left one. Uh,
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
but what if I
There
want to
was
be?
nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
What if I want to be here?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet?
Well, it looks like
Standing
it.
around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said
Which decided to
Stanley
crash.
walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Room
It
closet
didn't
ending.
occur
I
to
see
me
a
because
whiteboard
literally,
ending.
This closet
Apparently.
is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I mean, it could be funny.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Well,
he
look
probably
at-
only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Oh, you
That
call
or
me
with
stupid?
drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Hope your friends find it
Well,
concerning.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You
Wow.
got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Okay.
All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I mean, fungus. I guess that's it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, let me check that one room where we was talking about to go to the button.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Enter AAA.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below
Just
his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by
Just
sheer
8.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
You could be able to get the achievement. I don't know, actually. I might have. Did I got it? I mean, I got it. I got the A8. Apparently. Okay. Like I saw there was an achievement, which is literally just like stay out from the game for like 5 years, is like, or 10 years, and it's like, huh? That's what I was thinking. Like that's a very interesting one.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
It literally, like, I think the achievement really wants you just to, you know.
The lights
thing.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, you can go. Oh. Wait, what? Oh.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see,
I think you
back
can change
when the
the
Stanley
year.
Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content?
I mean-
Always more content, more, more. And I'm here to give it to you.
And very, very
I'm
clever.
here to make it seem
Okay,
like
French
we
bread.
really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier. Chase your dreams. Railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Wow. Okay. This game gave me Undertale vibe in that I know what you're doing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
You mean wherever it says you need to go upstairs? You mean the downstairs? I did go to the downstairs once, yeah. I think. I'm believing. The stars. It's that whenever I go to the left, and then it says I need to go to upstairs for to that one's room, which I literally went to. No. Then no, I haven't.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room.
You go right.
Gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible
you can guide
even
me.
to consider.
Okay. Then guide me. Okay, I went to the right.
Yes. Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Go absolutely straight to this room, right? Yes, okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's a collectible. I could probably get that soonly. Okay, so what should I do? So the machine, then you follow the thing on the right. Oh, you mean this thing, okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do
make
want
sure
to
you're
help
high
you
enough
to show you something
Oh,
beautiful.
okay.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Can fail the jump, so. Well, yeah, I think I think there will be the way to, you know, do so like that.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or
Blue door.
what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Okay. I went to blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red door. But if I want to go blue?
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
To the very right one? Oh, Automa has held in the swearing. What is it? Red door. Gosh, 1 a.m. Automa got you because you're swearing. You're supposed to not swear. You can say like F up or something, but don't describe the word on it. Automa gets you still regardless, so just letting you know. But you mean, I do see that, the word. Don't worry, I do see that. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, I don't let people swear that much or something specifically, but in probably in the future, I will probably let people like swear a little bit more, like very common ones, but not as a very rude of things. So don't worry, it will become a feature later on whenever it comes in, because we are, you know, very straightforward as it is. A red door. But yeah, I saw the message, so 18 plus and can't swear. Oh wow. Yeah. Speaking about that one, yeah, you're absolutely correct. It's because we keep it like, I usually like to not swear in streams that much, but probably in the future I will change that the cursing a little bit more, like a little bit more commonly visible. But for now, it's like, you know, no curse words, you know. But hey, I mean, I do see that. I will, you know, get into that whenever it comes in and stuff like that. So, again, no worry about that. Maybe in the future.
I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
I would like different
Feel
stuff.
free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Please rate your experience. Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea what I need to basically just say? Oh God, it's the baby root. Is there something that I need to really can pick anything? My experience with this Red Dead is all about.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really. Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, the Warlord leaderboard. He's such a goat, I swear. That's really fair. I'm gonna ask some friends for help. Friends list empty.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No. 2.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Sure,
Let me
depending.
boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes
I think I have
clear
seen this
once
in
you've been
TikTok.
playing it for about 4 hours.
Especially
so why don't
whatever
you give
it has
4
been.
hours of play to make sure it's effective. Be
So-
sure to keep notes on your experience.
Do I really need to listen to this thing? Nah, I don't care.
Heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm
You
completely
can play
out of
this thing for
ideas.
4
I
hours and get an
can't think of
achievement.
a
Really?
single
I
thing
don't
that
really
might
want to
improve the
listen to this
experience
thing
for
for
me.
4 hours.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was
Spite
extremely
100%.
valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total
I think it's
mental
called
depravity.
Firewatch.
So far,
I believe
love
in.
everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more.
I think it is
Come, let's
Firewatch.
venture outward and see what else
Because in
is
the
out
paper it
there.
says Firewatches. It's just a Minecraft door opening. Maybe.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Well
Out
then.
of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Such
Just
an
a
as
nice big
amazing
box
person
that you
he
can
is.
walk around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Okay.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another. Hold on.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. We still have so much...
Well then. I did not expect that to be a thing. I was pure confused when I first played this role because I didn't think the gate is where we TP through. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay. I guess that was that one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The possessive arc.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let me get that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Because I saw
Perhaps
that
he wanted to
collectible.
stop by the employee lounge first.
So I think I
just to
messed up.
admire
It's
it.
2 blue doors and then the red one. Okay,
The
hold
lounge
on.
was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I
Also,
think
the
perhaps
ad's
we've
gonna
gotten
happen
off
in
on
next
the wrong
60
foot
seconds,
here.
so...
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
So 2 times blue doors, and then the
Perhaps
red
you
one.
misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
And the red.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the
Let
way
me be
you're doing
right. I
now.
hope my brain worked.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Okay, the ad is gonna happen.
Well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show
So
you.
I'm gonna go bathroom while the ad is gonna happen. So obviously I will take my little bit more time to it. So it's gonna be 2 minutes, but I will be right back as well. I will let the ads will do the thing. And then we will look at this one. Oh, well, normally you can't really. Well, yeah, you can. It just becomes obsolete. Like, it's interesting. Like the tracking is kind of it's leaking like crazy. And also the we can probably like those emoji things probably whenever we can. All right, welcome back from the ads. And I'm actually now doing good now. All right, let's go back to this one.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
So many particles of stars. Ah, yes, let's ruin this. Go back.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we? Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Up you go.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Wait. Did you have something in mind? Oh, right. Well, I mean, obviously, yeah. Because what do you expect for this ending part to show up as it is? Yeah. But what about if I want to be in that one room? Will the narrator be happy if I go back there? You can put in settings to skip this ending. Like, there's a setting option for that? You can't end in the star room. Okay. So you can basically just like skip those things? Oh. Enables content warnings and an option to skip sections of the game that deal with those kind of things of issues. So does it actually like skips them quickly or something? Oh, this one. So does it like actually like quickly just skip it? So if I fall, it actually does skip. Did I enable it? Yeah, I did. Additional If you don't want to, go back to the door, not jumping, and just go out and back, and it will let you skip it. Oh. So technically speaking, I have to do the way how it's supposed to be done before I will enable that. Ah.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here. No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
It's like basically just teasing.
Are you... You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Oh, I think I didn't let you because he said it too late. Ah. What happens if I go again in here? Just restart. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I took the bucket. Now I think I can't skip it. Yeah, I believe so. I think I like literally didn't do it right. I never knew that was an option.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Interesting one.
Good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's doing it. It's just because the door is like... Uh-huh.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Like what?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Oh,
Surely you
destroys
don't need me to
buckets.
spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
But what if I don't
Now
want to throw
listen to me.
anything?
It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
The Bucket
For
Destroyer?
the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Not the Bucket Destroyer. Huh. I'm sleepy, so I will go. 2 a.m. on the clock for me, man. Good luck with doing other endings. I suggest if you get a bucket sometime to go back to the window, it's different ending with the bucket. Ah, I will probably like look into that for sure. Probably. But it's technically like 3 hours and 20 minutes already, so okay, I'm gonna... Yeah. Thank you for the water. I might try to do one ending, and then I'm gonna probably leave it today.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna do one ending, and then I'm gonna probably leave the
When Stanley
streaming.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's do the... Let's see.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to
Good
be
luck.
patient
Thank
and
you.
wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing
Oh,
so much in this
have
room.
fun with sleeping.
Please take your time.
Take care of you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's something like that.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Okay. Oh, it literally just ended it. Okay.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Wait, what?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, wait, can I go up?
Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Okay, so I guess.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I mean, it could be that I could just go back up again.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I don't know, maybe.
Oh my God. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
What?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
All right then.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley. Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I
Indeed.
not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Well, indeed.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like
No.
nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere. Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Okay.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Well then, okay. I was thinking there was like a little bit more to it, but okay.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Okay. Okay, that was quite interesting. I will probably get back to this probably next time, probably. Because I want to really... Because there are a lot of, like, endings, apparently, because that person told so. Just thinking, like... Yeah, I mean, I could really get to all the endings. So, it's gonna be a little interesting to try out. But, yeah. But that's kind of interesting, actually. But yeah, I'm very busy today, like specifically this week, because there's a lot of things I need to do and everything needs to be like done pretty much today. So at least it's a little bit thing to go for. But I keep it a little shorter than before, but you know, at least it's something. But again, there is only 2 streams this week because, well, because the weekend is very busy for me and Liv, obviously, because that's what we need to do specifically, because Virality is happening during this weekend, well, Thursday to Sunday, apparently. So we're trying to prepare for that. We need to prepare everything to be done and everything else. So obviously, whenever that ends out next week, would be possible that it's gonna be 3 streams per week, like normally is, because right now it has been a very short thing to go for. But you know, it's still something. You know, it's still something to preparing for. But yeah, obviously, we're gonna do that obviously at Thursday to go forward. So we really need to get kind of ready for that thing. I'm not gonna stream that, obviously. No, I'm not going to, because I don't know how those things work exactly for VR, but that's something that obviously needs to be understandable about, but you know. But again, we will stream next week something else. Maybe it's a collab. Maybe a collaborating something, maybe. I don't know, actually. We never know that. But again, it's completely a question mark. But again, in Sunday, around-ish Sunday, we will obviously check it out and see what we can do. But obviously, whenever that happens, then I will let the schedule and Blue Sky to say the things what we need to tell. And again, obviously, everything is very late. Everything is kind of and so obviously, people are sleeping from FinTubers and stuff like that. So we'll still see who to raid today. Who's gonna beat the cat food today? like usually we asking ourselves, whoever will be. There's only 2 people. 1 specifically who I know. Yeah, because they're already tired or something like that. If, again, depending on the people in the stream right now, if there is people right now specifically in here, depending on how it is, if you have any recommendations for raids or something like that, I would literally do it today for now at this time, because obviously there's not that many people, you know, online. So if anyone knows specifically who to raid, please let me know, because I will do it for this time. Because obviously if I know who to, then I will do that. Because why not? But if nothing, then I will try my best to see whoever is gonna be a good one. But obviously I will look. But if someone says any type of recommendation, let me know. I recommend stars. Thanks, Kyra. Oh, thank you. Yeah, let's rate 3 stars. You know that you're not that. Are you trying to be hilarious for today right now or something? Oh, sorry, lol. Yeah. Okay. So 3 stars was accidental. All right. Okay. All right. Right. So, do you have any recommendations? Diana VT. It was a link, so it got censored. Oh, okay. Gotcha. You just say the name. Links are completely demolished to end this. So, you know. Oh boy. Try to get into the raid and then ask you like, hello! Well, I do the same thing like the last time was for you, Kyra. Come on. Would that be a possibility? We never know what that could be, the choice over doing that. Could be possible. We never know. I think I know. I don't know. I probably have seen it in Blue Sky or something. I can't really tell, but it might be very familiar. But let's do that. Let's rate this Diana BT. So we're gonna do that one. Hey, there we go. Oh boy, I don't know what will happen whenever I'm gonna be here and say something, so who knows. Much appreciated. She's a very good bean. Yes, I will do so. And anyway, weekend I will be busy and my wife is gonna be busy, so we're not gonna be able to say anything about the weekend. But obviously, anything away from the Sunday, probably whenever Sunday happens to be ending, I will make sure to see what the schedules will be. So again, we are going to be completely question marked on that time. But again, we are going to be in Ferrari anyways. But again, we'll see around next week. We don't know about the schedule, but everything should be in Blue Sky and over here on the schedule page, so you should be able to see that thing. But again, thanks for everyone and raiders and like other people, and thank you, Cairo. You're absolutely welcome if you were here. Hello. I'm still gonna go to get to your stream once more, whatever I will do so. You never know. You would never know. Anyway, but thank you for people being here. We'll see you around next week then. Bye bye.